I'm a business coach. I work with successful people from solopreneurs to Fortune companies all over the globe who are successful but stuck, and I work with them to get unstuck. And one of the things I see in is a really big thing is solving problems, right? So and figuring out how to do that. And so how do you what would the reader get out of the book? What would begin to get them unstuck, right? What's maybe the first thing that would get them unstuck when it comes to solving a problem?
Yeah, I think what a lot of people struggle with is really having a framework of how to go about coming up with a solution. And so the book Solving Problems in 2 Hours really provides a 2 hour framework where you come in and really understand the problem and be able to come out of that 2 hours with multiple solutions and options that you can move forward with. So something that I've seen a lot of startups struggle with, as well as corporations and businesses as well.
And where is the one area that they get stuck the most when it comes to kind of, getting stuck in the problem versus coming up with a solution for the problem?
That's a great question. And usually it's that they think they already have the answer. So
Hmm.
oftentimes, and again, I'll pick on startups here for a second. So a lot of times, I'm working with startups, you have anywhere from 1 person shops to 10 person shops, depending on the size, and even larger once they grow beyond that. And a lot of times you have the CEO that is really acting as the chief product officer and thinks they have the solution for the product and idea. And really, the intent of a concept like a 2 hour design sprint is to be able to make sure that you're really understanding who the user is, and that the product that you're going to be investing in and putting out the door is actually going to solve a problem for the user, and that they'll adopt it and create that adoption. And so that ultimately is the biggest thing. Is usually you'll come in, with an idea of what you think it's going to be, and it usually ends up coming out pretty different sometimes, depending on what it is. So that's really the fun part of running a 2 hour design sprint, is you never know where the solution is going to land, and it's really dependent on the group and stakeholders that you have involved for that ideation.
Yeah. And I would say, I would add to that, and I see this as a business coach. One of the places people get stuck is they don't listen. They're not really
Right.
listening and hearing to what everybody is saying. And they're not getting everybody's voice in the room, and they're overcomplicating it, or they're throwing too much out of what's going to be in the future versus really thinking about also really right now and staying hyper focused, and really just trying to clarify the why and the message. There's so much. I love your topic because there's so many moving parts to it. But I think I would say one of the things that gets people stuck is they don't surrender to what you just said. Where we end up, it may not be anywhere near where we actually think it is. You got to be
Right.
open. I agree.